Hey there, surprise, it's me. This is Nevermind the What, a show where I talk to musicians from the New York City area and beyond. I'm Evan Adams, your host, and today I have Eygló.
Eygló's music is intimate, thoughtful, and explores the minutiae of musical sound. Likewise, it proves that music need not be loud and boastful to fill a concert hall and capture the attention of audiences. From touring with Björk, composing for the Iceland Symphony Orchestra, and now living and studying in New York City, Eygló's career has taken her all over the world, including to a humble NYU practice room where she and I spoke about her unique sound and approach to music.
Hey there.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, anytime. So I'm familiar with you as a composer,
Yes.
and I know your music uses very quiet, intimate sounds. What draws you to write in this style?
Yes. I think it's just that there are a lot of people that are doing a lot of noisy stuff. And I like noise, but I like to keep it to the minimum.
Okay.
And I like quiet noises. And I don't know, maybe it comes from like an ASMR type of place, but I think also once you're quiet, you have to actively listen. Whereas if you're being loud, the listener listens and not like on default and doesn't really have a say in it, whether they pay attention to it or not. It just it's there. So I like people to be actively listening.
Gotcha. So kind of you want to like create a sense of intimacy.
Yes.
Because it makes people listen.
Yes.
Gotcha. And so it's not, you mentioned it's because you also don't like loud noises. Is that true or no?
It is to some extent. I think I prefer quietness to loudness. And because I get really tired of loud things. But there's a time and place for everything.
Okay. And so I know a lot of times with the sounds you ask for, they're usually non-standard performance techniques. How's your experience been like asking performers to do things like this? Does it usually go well? Does some performers have a pushback to it? Like what's the situation there?
I think people are usually happy doing it, but they don't go as far as I would like them to go. Most of what I do is in the repertoire. I'm not inventing new ways to play things. It's in the repertoire, but I want them maybe to take it to the extreme. So sometimes, like in my latest performance, I asked for a slow, wide vibrato. They made it slower and a little bit wider than they usually do their vibrato, but it wasn't slow or wide enough.
Gotcha.
So I want it to be even. So I have to be really sure of what I want and really ask, like really specifically,
Gotcha.
like for them to go further than they think they should go.
Okay. And you mentioned some stuff in the rep. Like what are some composers of yours that you like that you say have these sounds already?
I like Salvatore Ciorino a lot, and I go to him a lot for specific sounds. I also like Hans Abrahamsen, and I recently found a composer called Jörg Frey, or Jörg Frey, and he's using something that he calls half-tone harmonics that aren't really harmonics, but they're extremely pleasing to listen to. Usually what I end up doing is that I listen to a lot of new music, and sometimes it's only a bar or so that has something that sparks interest within me. So what I try and do is that I try and find the score and just take a look at what they're doing and then try to expand that one bar that I liked into maybe a whole piece.
Okay. So I know you just got back from Iceland.
Yes.
And while you were there, you were taking part of a mentorship with the Iceland Symphony Orchestra.
That's right.
What was that like? That sounds exciting.
It was exciting. It was a 9-month program where I was writing new piece for the Iceland Symphony Orchestra. I was being mentored by Anna Thorvaldsdóttir, the composer in residence with the Iceland Symphony Orchestra. And we had like 2 workshops, so I could really do little sketches and have the orchestra perform them for me, and then make decisions based off of that, and then really develop my piece in the collaboration with the orchestra, which is a really rare, like, it's really rare for anyone to be able to do that. So I'm really grateful.
Yeah. What was your piece?
What was my piece?
Yeah.
It's called Lo and Behold, and it is about the internet dreaming of itself.
Oh, how did you go about depicting that?
So I saw this documentary by Werner Herzog about the internet, but he was always talking to these like scientists about the internet, and all they wanted to talk about was the possibilities of the internet. But Werner was all like, yeah, but does the internet dream? And does it dream of itself? And I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. And so I just thought, I saw like also pictures from the deep web, something that Google made, which is an artificial intelligence generator or something, and it just puts 2 pictures together into a really dreamlike abstract pictures. So I guess that this piece was some sort of a reverie, or some sort of my dream or my imagination of what like sound pictures would sound like if the internet made them up.
Right. Okay, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And how was the premiere itself?
It was great. I have no words. It just feels so amazing to have worked on something for such a long time and worked really hard, and then like have everyone else experience it with you. And it only takes 10 minutes to perform the piece, but it feels like 2 minutes, but it's so satisfying. I don't know, it's like this really long build up from start to finish. Look, it ends with a bang.
So I know, obviously, you're from Iceland, and so a lot of people will mention Björk in the same breath. But you actually toured with her. What was that like?
It was amazing.
Yeah. What did you do?
I was a background vocalist on this album, Biophilia. Like after the recording, we did some touring on festivals and residencies, and yeah, things like that. And that was great. That was an amazing experience, because at the time, or like when this opportunity came up, I had sort of given up on music. And I was touring on and off for 3 years. While I was touring, I realized that I couldn't give up on music. And I had to go back into it.
So it kind of reignited the fire.
Yes.
Nice.
And I never regret, like, coming back to music. And with the level of maturity that I got while touring, I think I approached music in a different way.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I think I used to think of music being a hobby, but touring really opened my eyes to the possibility of it actually being a profession, and that it is essential to a lot of people, and being able to contribute to that is an amazing opportunity.
Right. Was there one thing maybe that you learned, or the most pivotal thing you learned from that experience?
The ultimate thing that I got from that experience is that music is always relevant. And bad music is better than no music, I guess.
Wise.
I know.
So what do you have coming up?
I have a lot of exciting stuff going on in Iceland as well, actually.
Like what? Tell me.
So there is this cover band that asked me to perform with them.
Right. Your brother's in it, yeah?
My brother's in it, and I'll be joining them full time in the summer.
Oh, cool.
So that's going to be great. So I have been sort of thinking about maybe having sort of an alter ego thing, or alter Eygló, if you will, where I do more poppy stuff, because I love performing, but I don't get a lot of opportunities to perform, because what people ask me to perform, I feel like I cannot commit to it enough or do it well enough for the person. I always assume that they're looking for something different than me, but I'm just the best thing that they could get at the time. I don't know. Imposter syndrome is real. Hashtag. Yeah, so I feel like if I wrote my own music for my voice and do silly stuff that I like for myself to perform, I think that would be a good combination of things. So maybe I'll ask them to do a recording with me or something.
Yeah.
And guys in the band, but
yeah, it'd be interesting to see your style take place through a rock band.
Yes, that would be interesting to see what I come up with for that setting.
Yeah, it seems to go with the times too. A lot of people are starting to write more for those kind of instrumentations.
Yeah.
In the classical world.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that you? Is that only you that are doing that?
No, it's me and other people.
Okay. You and your friend?
Me and my friends, yeah. Well, that's the end of that. Nevermind the What is a show sponsored by Nevermind the Noise Composer Collective, which is a graduate student organization here at NYU made up of graduate composers. If you want to stay up to date on what we have going on, our social medias will be here on the screen, as well as below in the description. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Thanks for sitting down with me. That's all the questions I got for you. I do want to point something out.
Okay.
The shirt. You want to tell people where it came from?
All right. Okay, so I bought it on the internet.